Chapter 32. Because you're handsome. San Shi seemed to have been freed from the black fog. He laughed as he watched the aftershock of the explosion tear apart the vegetation, forming a circle of scorching airflow that spread out far and wide. "I've finally worn you down." San Shi heaved a sigh of relief. He had actually killed a Khanate level ghost. And this was after he had only cultivated for a few days too. "Ding, congratulations on killing the target of death. You are rewarded with one chance to draw the lottery." The system notification told San Shi that the big-headed ghost had indeed been killed. He relaxed and suddenly heard the sound of a fight happening. He looked at the source of the sound in surprise. With a tap of his foot, he left a phantom image. He then jumped onto the wall and looked into the distance. A person with a jade-colored glow surrounding his body and harbored different colors of genuine chi was fighting a few people that were dressed in black. A man in black was emitting black mist all over his body, appearing unholy and strange. The character carved onto the token attached to the waist of the person with the jade-colored genuine chi shone brightly in the night, releasing a special power that forced the black fog back. "It's the Demon Slayers." San Shi recognized these people when he saw the glowing word on the token. He felt a shiver running through his spine and thought, "Fortunately, these guys had the intention to use me to provoke Haiduzi and laid in ambush nearby. Otherwise, the big-headed ghost wouldn't have been the only one looking for me tonight." At this moment, the leader of the men in black suddenly said angrily, "Damn it, who killed my big-headed son?" These words almost made San Shi laugh. "Well, aren't you just a shining example of intelligence? You managed to come up with the creative and original name of big-headed son for the ghost with a big head. And what are you? Small-headed father." 1. Big-headed son and small-headed father are characters in Chinese kids shows which have trademarked big heads and small heads respectively. How clever. He was originally serious because they were his enemies, but he couldn't help but laugh at these words. "Haiduzi, you're really vicious. How can you be so heartless as to refine your own son into an evil spirit? You're simply crazy. It was your son's blessing that someone freed him." Sima Ya's voice rang out, filled with ridicule. At the same time, his heart was filled with doubt. Who else here had the ability to kill a Khanate-level evil spirit? "Shut up. You have no right to meddle in the affairs of my Zhang family. Becoming a ghost 'tis better than being oppressed by corrupt officials, landlords and profiteers like you. If you stop me from exterminating the entire Zhang family, all of you will die." The leader of the men in black was furious. "Haiduzi, don't treat the Great Jin Dynasty's laws like child's play." 2,000 years ago, the founding martial emperor of the Great Jin Dynasty had set a rule that cultivators from the cultivation world were not allowed to kill ordinary people. "You're courting death by doing this." Sima Ya's gaze was cold. "The Great Jin Dynasty? Haha, you all should be the ones that should take care of yourselves. The Sky Demon cult is about to invade the Imperial City and your masters are about to fall, so stop provoking other people." "Ha ha ha." Haiduzi laughed loudly. "You have a death wish. I think you're one of the demons from the Sky Demon cult. I will kill you without mercy." Sima Ya was furious. He lashed out his flower-pinching finger, and his jade-colored genuine chi transformed his hands into a brilliant Buddhist palm print that blasted over. This handprint was more than 10 feet tall and crashed into Haiduzi like a small building. There was a loud bang. Haiduzi was smashed into meat taste and the men in black nearby were torn apart by the ferocious power. A wooden building opposite was hit by the aftershock and shattered on the spot. "Whoa, this guy is so powerful." San Shi gasped in shock. This was the first time he had seen the power of a Khanate expert. He was so powerful that he tore down houses with expertise and ease. However, seeing that Sima Ya's chest was heaving up and down violently after using this move and he could not stop panting, it was probably an extremely energy-consuming move. It was not a move that he could use casually. The other men in black were killed by the Black Iron Guards. "Congratulations, Commander. Your profound jade flower-pinching finger has already reached the realm of perfection, right?" Chen Ning, who had fought San Shi before, complimented him. "I have only managed to perfect it by a little bit. I haven't evolved it into a divine power yet, so this move consumed more than half of my genuine chi just now." Sima Ya shook his head and took out a chi replenishing pill. He looked at the guy who had been beaten into meat taste by him. He doesn't have Dharma artifacts to protect his body, but he uses goo corpses as substitutes for his body. This guy is really difficult to kill. That's right, after suffering a loss this time, he will probably hide again. Chen Ming nodded gloomily. I hate these unorthodox cultivators the most. They're really difficult to deal with, but this fellow actually knows the cultivation paths. HMPH, guard the survivors of the Song family well. This guy is ruthless to even his own family. He turned his son and sister into evil spirits to take revenge. He definitely won't give up until he kills everyone in the Song family. Sima Ya's expression was cold. Every time he attacks again, we will destroy a portion of his army. Let's see how many goo corpse ghosts he has left. That's the only way. I wonder if that seventh son of the Song family is dead. That big-headed ghost is comparable to a cultivator at the 8th level of Qi refinement. Killing him will probably be a piece of cake. Chen Ming looked at Song Shi's courtyard. Song Shi's face darkened when he heard that. After all, he was really killed by the big-headed ghost the first time. Has not dead, in fact, has spying on us. As expected of a Khanate expert, his senses were extremely sharp. He turned to look at the wall. Have you seen enough? No. Song Shi jumped down and said with a smile, Commander Sakong, you're really impressive. You smashed the demon into meat paste with a single palm strike. Can you teach him? My flower-pinching finger must be trained as the sole martial art skill for interested practitioners. You've practiced other martial arts, so it's not suitable for you to practice the flower-pinching finger. Besides, you're an immortal cultivator. Why do you have to work hard to practice martial arts? Sima Ya asked meaningfully. Song Shi was surprised, so you know that a cultivator. Is that why you allowed me to come back by myself? After all, a late-stage Khanate cultivator, which is equivalent to you cultivators at the 9th level of Qi refinement. How can I not tell that you have spirit energy in your body? Sima Ya's gaze seemed to be able to see through Song Shi. As for letting you return, I was not sure if you'll die. Now, however, I'm sure you will not. The person who taught you the immortal techniques must have also taught you some protective spells. Seeing as how you managed to kill an evil spirit at the 8th level of Qi refinement without dying, Chen Ming was shocked, and his eyes were filled with envy. Not only did this guy have innate divine strength, he also had an immortal root. No wonder he was favored by the commander. At this moment, seeing the wand on Song Shi's shoulder, Sima Ya approached in a flash and suddenly pointed at his shoulder. Song Shi was slightly shocked. He thought that Sakanya was going to kill him. Don't move, Sima shouted as a wave of masculine genuine Qi surged out of him. Song Shi did not sense any killing intent. Instead, his wand heated up and black gas emitted from it. This ghost aura can corrupt one's mind. Your cultivation level is still low. You won't be able to withstand it. Sima Ya retracted his hand and suddenly asked, Is the person who taught you the immortal technique from the New Moon brothel? You know about this too. Song Shi pursed his lips. Don't tell me you've investigated everything about me. This is the only place with a cultivation sect that you are involved with. I can guess even without investigating. Sima Ya had a confident expression as he looked coldly at Song Shi. However, let me remind you that those women from the brothel are very heartless. The Yao Moon Palace sect that runs the brothel is a demonic sect and it has heavy involvements with the Sky Demon cult that is currently rebelling against the palace. You have to figure out whether this is the path you want to take. Is that so? Song Shi's heart sank. This told him clearly that he had gone down the wrong path and was opposing the government. But she gave me an immortal cultivation technique. Song Shi emphasized that if not for the fire spirit energy cultivated by the Yan refinement art, it would have been almost impossible to kill the big-headed ghost just now. Sima Ya sneered, Yan refinement technique. Have you ever heard of the furnace? You're not a disciple of the Yao Moon Palace, but she gave you the cultivation method. Is she really that kind? Did you think it was because you're handsome, or because you conquered her with your golden spear?